Hello everyone, welcome to my video on object as argument to member function in C++. In this video, we are going to learn how to pass object as an argument to a member function. There are two ways to pass object as argument, so we will learn how to pass object by passing by value and how to pass object by reference. How to call such member function by passing object, and some sample C++ programs using passing by value and using passing by reference. So let us start with first how to pass object as an argument. Like any other data item such as variable, array, pointer, structure, etc., we can also pass an object as an argument to the function. So function also accept object as argument. The syntax is similar to the variables, that is return type, function, and into bracket objects can be passed as arguments, and these objects will be the argument to the function. There are two methods. One is we can pass object by value, which is also called as call by value, or we can pass object by reference, that is by address, which is also called as call by reference. So let us see first of all passing object by value. Whenever we are passing object by value to the function, the copy of object is passed to the function. So instead of passing original object, its copy is created and that copy object is passed as an argument to the function. Due to this copy, any modification made to the object inside the function does not affect original object values, because all the operations within function will be performed on copy objects and not on original object. Due to this copy object, there is a wastage of memory as a copy object is created within the memory. One object calls the function while another object or multiple objects can be passed as argument. So there will be two objects involved. One object which will be required for calling the member function, and another object will be required for passing it as an argument. So the function, how to write the function definition outside the class to pass object by value. This is the complete detailed syntax. First of all, you have to write return type, then class name, scope resolution operator, the function name, and then within bracket your formal argument will be the object. The data type of object is class name, and that's why its declaration will be class name space object name. So in this way you can pass one or more than one objects to the function. For example, here greater is the function and s2 object is passed as an argument to this greater function. So the argument object is declared here as set s2. So set is the class of the object s2 and it is defined outside the class, and that's why set scope resolution operator is also mentioned, and it is a void function which is not returning any value. Another way to write function definition inside the class. It is easier than outside the class because the class name and scope resolution operator is eliminated here. You have to just write the function definition like a simple C function, return type, function name, and into bracket object as argument, that is the class name and object name. For example, if you want to write the definition of member function inside the class, the function definition will be like this. The return type will be void greater into bracket set class, that is, and then object s2. So here in this way you can define a member function inside the class which accepts object as argument. The function call. How to call such function? Let us see the syntax. So this function will be called using object and dot operator as usual. Object 1 dot object 2. So here object 1 is calling object because it is calling the member function, and object 2 is known as argument object because it is passed as an argument to the function. For example, s1 dot greater into bracket s2. So here s1 is calling the greater function and that's why it is calling object, while s2 is passed as an argument to the greater function, that's why it is argument object. So like this, whenever you are calling any member function at that time by passing object by value, then you will require two objects, minimum two objects. One is calling object and second is argument object. Argument object may be one or many. Passing object by reference. Now let us see how to pass object by reference. Address of object is passed to function instead of entire object. So in case of passing by value, we have seen the copy of object is created and that copy object is passed to the function. So instead of that, here the address, wherever the object, original object is stored in the memory location, that is the address of that object is obtained and that is passed to the function as an argument. Due to this, any modifications made to the object inside the function directly affect the original object values. Because of address, the operations performed within the body of the function will be directly performed on the original object, and in this way it will directly affect the original values of that object. Memory is not wasted as only address of object is created. In case of passing by value, we have seen that the copy of object is created. So like this, there will be two objects, one is original object and then its copy is created and it will occupy the memory. So in this passing by value, the memory wastage was there. Here, due to passing the address, the memory is not wasted. Here also one object calls the member function while the address of another object is passed as an argument. So whenever you are passing object as an argument here by reference, you have to pass address. Passing by reference is more efficient than passing by value because of the memory problem. So it is more efficient and you can directly perform the operation on the original object. Let us see how to write function definition outside the class for passing object by reference. This is the way how you can define a function outside the class. Return type, then class name, scope resolution operator, function name, within the bracket class name ampersand object. Now this ampersand object, ampersand is the address operator which is used to obtain the address of the data item. So here data item is object and like this ampersand object will give you the address of that object, that is the memory location of that object where it is stored. Example, again we will see the same example. Greater is the function to which object s2 is passed by reference. So here set s2, in passing by value we have written here as set s2 only. Now here instead of s2, address of s2 is passed, that is ampersand s2. So ampersand s2 will give the address of s2 and that address will be passed as an argument to the greater function. The second way of function definition inside the class. Return type, function name, class name, ampersand object. So here only class name and scope resolution operator is eliminated, rest of the things are same. Example, void greater set ampersand s2. So here in the definition also the s2 object is passed as argument by reference and here ampersand s2 indicates the address of object s2. So here address is obtained using address operator ampersand and it is passed as an argument to the greater function. How to call the function whenever you are passing object by reference? So there is no change in the function call. Whatever the syntax we have seen in passing object by value, in the same way here also the function is called object1 dot object2, object1 dot function into bracket object2, where object1 is the calling function which calls the function while object2 is the argument function which is passed as an argument. No need to give ampersand or the address operator here whenever you are calling such functions. For example, s1 dot greater s2, you can see that in previous, that is passing by value also, we have seen the same example, no change. The s2 is passed as an argument. So in this way, here s1 is calling object because it is calling greater function, while s2 is the argument object because it is passed as an argument. You have to keep in your mind that even though object is passed by reference, but while calling the function, the address is not passed, only object name is passed. In the definition only you have to write the ampersand object name, not in the function call. Now, how to use data members within the member function? So whenever you are writing any member function in which you are passing the object by value or by a reference, how to use data members in the body of such member function? Let us see. The data members of calling object. So whenever you want to use the data members, there are two objects involved. One is calling object and another is argument object. So there should not be conflict between the data members of calling object and data members of argument object. So in order to differentiate between these two data members, the way of using data members is like this. Whenever you want to use the data member of calling object, then directly use the data member. No need to use any other extra thing. But whenever you want to use or access the data members of argument objects within the body of the member function, then you have to attach a suffix object name dot operator. So to which object this data member is belonging, so that object name dot operator will be there. So object 2 dot data member. So here I purposely written object 2 because object 2 is our argument object. And let us see the example. Here is the function definition to add two objects. Set s1 greater function is there and two objects are passed. One is set s1 and second is set s2. s1 and s2 both are of the type same class, that is the set class. Now here one is calling object which is hidden here. It will be called within the main function. That will be the third object, let us say s3. But here s1 and s2 are explicitly passed as an argument, and whenever you want to write the function body, you will need the data members of all three objects. The data member of calling object, data member of first argument object, data member of second argument object. So as per the above format, so here the formula is written num is equal to s1 dot num plus s2 dot num. Now the data member is common, that is num, but to which object this data member is belonging, or this num data member is of which object. In order to identify, we have to attach the suffix, that is the object name dot then data member s1 dot num plus s2 dot num. So the data member num of s1 object plus data member num of s2 object, do the addition and then it will be stored in the num data member, that is the member of calling object. So the function call will be like this in the main function, s3 dot greater into bracket s1 comma s2. Now you can look at here, three explicit object names are there, s1, s2 and s3, out of which the s3 is the calling object while s1 and s2 are the argument objects. So the data member of s3 is directly used with its data member without any object name, num is equal to. So it is the data member of calling object. Then data member of s1 object is used with the suffix s1 and then dot num, while the data member num of s2 object will be used using its object name, that is s2 dot num. So in this way you can use data members of calling object and argument object within the body of function as per your requirement. Let us write a C++ program by passing object by value to the function. The problem definition is like this: define a class time having data members hour and minute. Write a C++ program to accept 2 times and find addition of 2 times in mm, that is hours and minutes, using passing objects by value to function. So you will require time 1, that will be represented by object t1. Let us say the object t1 is 4 hour and 50 minutes. So 4 hour, this is the value of first data member hour, and 50 is the value of second data member minute. So this is your first object t1. Plus you have to do the addition of time 2. Your time 2 is in the form of object t2. 3 is hour and 40 is minutes. So like this, here 2 time 1 plus time 2, that is object t1 plus object t2, will be added together, and the sum, that is addition, will be stored in third object, that is object 3, which will be the time 3, and the addition will be 8 hours 30 minutes. So 4 hours plus 3 hours, 7 hours, plus 1 hour will be extracted from the minutes, that is 50 plus 40 minutes will be 90 minutes, and 90 minutes will be splitted into 1 hour and 30 minutes, and that 1 hour is added into the hour values, that is 4 plus 3 plus 1, that is 8 hours, and remaining 30 minutes will be there. So like this, the total time will be 8 hours and 30 minutes. It is similar to your simple variable operation, sum is equal to NO1 plus NO2. Here NO1 and NO2, instead of that we have taken object T1 and object T2, and instead of sum we are considering object T3. So in terms of object, now we are solving this problem. Let us start writing a complete program in C++. Include the header file iostream.h. Start the declaration of class. The name of the class is time. Beginning of the class. In the private section, let us declare data members. 2 data members are there. One is hour and second is min, which is minute. Both are integer types. In public section, we are going to declare the member functions. First member function is defined getTime, which is a void function which will accept the value of hour and minute. Second is displayTime, which will display the time and in HHMM format. And third member function is to add the time. In this case, you can see in the yellow color, time2, 2 objects are passed and as arguments. So here add time is the member function to which 2 objects are passed by value. As there is no address operator used in the argument list, so it is said that it is passed by value. So the member function with objects passed by value. Now let us go for all 3 member function definitions one by one. The first member function is getTime. Here we are going to accept hour and minute. Enter hours and enter minute. Using scene and extraction operator, accept the data member values hour and minute. So in this way, the object can be initialized by calling this function getTime. Second member function is to display the time in HH:_MM format. So for that we have the display time function, and using cout statement we can display hour:_minute. So in this way the display time function will display the time in terms of hour:_minute, that is HH:_MM format. The third member function is using passing objects by value. So this member function is used to add 2 times. The name of the function is addTime, and 2 objects are passed, T1 and T2, as arguments. One variable is, that is int total, is required. Here time T2 and time T1 and T2, these are known as argument objects which are passed to the addTime function. Let us calculate total minute. So total minute is equal to T1.min plus T2.min. So the minutes of T1 object and minutes of T2 objects are added together, and total minutes will be calculated. From these total minutes, the only minutes are extracted using mod 60 operation. Then from this same total time, the hours are extracted using /60. So the mod 60 will give you remainder and /60 will give you the quotient, and the remainder will be minutes and the quotient will be hours. Now this extracted hour will be added into actual hours of T1 and T2 objects. So like this, the total hour will be hour plus T1 hour plus T2 hour. So in this way we will get the total hours and end the function. So here Let us say the value of T1 object as 4 hours and 50 minutes, where T1 dot hour value is 4 and T2 dot minute data member value is 50. Second object is T2 having two values 3 hours 40 minutes, and this can be initialized used these values are initialized used to initialize the data members. T2 dot hour the value is 3, T2 dot minute value is 40. The addition will be performed. How to perform addition? The addition will be performed like this. For example, here first of all the T1 and T2, these two objects will be passed an argument with actual values 450 and 340, out of which 450 that is hour and minute of T1 and 340 are hour and minute of T2 object. Then the addition of minutes will be done, that is 50 plus 40, total minutes will be 90. From this 90 minutes, only minutes will be extracted by doing the mod operation. Mod 60 will give you the 30 minutes. Then 90 slash 60 will give you the 1 hour. Then this 1 hour will be added into the hours of T1 and T2 objects, that is 4 plus 3 and 1 hour out of total, that is 1 plus 4 plus 3 total 8. So like this the T3 object will be calculated as 8 hours and 50 minutes, 30 minutes. 8 will be calculated from this. This is the total 8 hours and this is the 30 minutes. Way the addition of two objects is performed and the total is stored in the third object T3 by using member function by passing object by value. Let us write the main program. Three objects will be required, T1, T2, T3 of the time class time. Let us accept first time in HHMM format by calling the getTime function by first object, that is T1 dot getTime. Repeat this for second object T2. So here the user will enter the second time in HHMM format, that will be stored in T2 object. Now this T1 and T2 we will pass by value to the function add time. So here add time function is called by T3 object, and T1 and T2, these two objects are passed as arguments to add 2 times. So here T3 is acting as calling object and T1 and T2 are argument objects. Total time will be displayed by calling the display function, and the total time is available in the T3 object, and that's why the display time function is called by T3 object. T3 dot display time return 0 end of the main function. So like this is the simple main function in which we have called the get time function, add time function and display time function. In add time function the arguments are passed by value. If you run this program, it will ask to enter time 1. The first time is entered, suppose 4 hour and 50 minutes. Second time 2 is entered as 3 hour and 40 minutes. The total time will be calculated as 8 hour and 30 minutes. In HS:MM format it will be displayed. So in this way we have written a C++ program using passing objects, two objects T1 and T2 by value to the function add time. Let us go for a program in which we will use the concept of passing object by reference. The same program we are going to write, only instead of passing by value we are going to write or pass object by reference. Again the operation will be same way, that is sum is equal to n1 plus n2. Just like two variables we are adding and storing the sum in some variable, similar to that we are going to add two objects. For example, time object T1 and object T2. These two will represent time 1 and time 2, and this will be added together, and the sum will be stored in third object, that is object T3, which will be your time 3. And in this way you can see the values, that is 4 hour 50 minutes plus 3 hour 40 minutes is equal to 8 hour 30 minutes. So this calculation I already explained in the previous program. The same program we are taking for another concept, to implement another concept, passing object by reference. So let us start the C++ program. Include the header file, declare the class time with two data members hour and minute. In public section again get time, display time. These are the two data members, two member functions to accept time and display time in HMMM format. Now the important thing is this add time function. Now you can see, look at this add time function. You will observe that this time the objects are passed by reference, because ampersand, this particular operator is there, which is known as address operator. So address of T1 and address of T2 are passed to the add time function, and like this the objects are passed by address or objects are passed by reference to the function add time. The function definition that we already discussed, first of all accept the hours and minute, then display the hours and minutes in HH:mm format. Now the function definition of add time in detail. The member function using passing object by reference, this member function is going to add 2 times. The member function definition with first line will be like this: the object T1 and T2 are passed by reference because address operators are used before it. And the total minute. So total minutes are calculated by taking the sum of minute of T1 plus minute of T2 objects. Then the total, from total minutes again the minutes are extracted by doing mod 60 operation, and hours are extracted by using /60 operation. The total hours are calculated as hour plus T1 hour plus T2 hour. So total value will be stored in the hour and total minute will be stored in the min. You can look at the blue color statements. So in this way your definition of member function to add 2 times by passing object by reference is completed. So here also the T1 object is having the values 4 hours 50 minutes. This value will be stored as T1 dot hour data member is equal to 4 and T2 dot minute data member will be 50. Second object is T2 having value 3 hour 40 minutes. The data member T2 hour is equal to 3, data member T2 dot min is equal to 40, and the addition will be performed here like this. So here first of all the time T1 and time T2 will be passed with the actual values, that is 4 and 50, 3 40. The minutes 50 and 40 will be added together to generate the total minutes 90. From this 90 minutes the minutes will be extracted, that is 30. From this 90 minutes hours will be extracted as 1. This 1 hour is added into the actual hours of T1 and T2, that is 4 plus 3 plus 1, total 8. And like this object T3 will be initialized with the values 8 hours and 30 minutes. This 8 hour is calculated from here and 30 minutes is calculated from here. So in this way the C++ program is implemented, and using member function in which we have passed the objects by reference or passed by address. Let us write a main program. Main function, 3 objects will be created, time class T1, T2, T3. Let us accept time 1 by calling getTime function by the object T1. Accept time 2 by calling again getTime function, this time by object T2. Now the member function will be called by passing object by reference. So even though the objects are passed by reference, there is no change in the function call. You will not use here ampersand or the address operator. Only object names are required, T1 and T2. The calling object is T3 and the argument objects are T1 and T2. The total time will be displayed by calling display function by the T3 object. So like this here add time function will add the time T1 plus T2 and the total time will be stored in the object T3, and this total time of T3 will be displayed by calling the function display time. End of the function, if you run this program it will ask to enter first time T1 as suppose entered 4 hours 50 minutes, time 2 is entered as 3 hours and 40 minutes, total time will be displayed as 8 hours and 30 minutes. So in this way the complete C++ program is implemented using passing objects by reference to function. Let us understand the concept again with the help of diagram. So here passing by value. In the main function the time T1 is there, time T2, these are the 2 objects, and in member function the copy of these 2 objects is created. First the copy of T1 is created, then the copy of T2 is created, and like this the duplicate memory is required within the member function due to this copy. So copy of objects and wastage of memory is there. addition will be performed and the result will be stored in third object, that is T3. In case of passing by reference, in the main function there is object T1, object T2, and in the member function, instead of creating copy, the address of object T1 and address of object T2 are passed as an arguments, and using these addresses addition will be performed and the total time will be stored in object T3, which is calling object. So this is the main difference between passing object by value and passing object by reference. Let us have a review of today's topic. Object can be passed as an argument to the function, just like variable, object, variable or array or pointer, structure, etc. There are two ways to pass object as argument. The first is passing by value. In this case, you have to write the function like this: return type function, class name, object. Passing by reference, return type function, class name, ampersand object. Here ampersand indicates the address operator, which gives you the address of object, and address is passed. While calling the function, object 1 will call the function and object 2 is passed as argument. So here object 1 is the calling object while object 2 is the argument object. Practice programs for you as an exercise. Define a class age having data members years and months. Write C++ program to accept age of two person and find addition of two ages using passing objects by value to function. So here you have to write, first of all, accept age or the get age, and in that accept the values of years and month. Then you have to write the display age function to display the age in terms of years and months, and third member function will be required, add age, to add the two ages by passing the two objects. Let us say A1 and A2 will be the input objects and A3 object will be the calling object. So A3 will be A3 is equal to A1 plus A2. Like this option you can perform. The similar problem you can solve by passing objects by reference. So write C++ program for above problem using passing object by reference to function. So in the function definition only you have to attach ampersand, that is the address operator, before object name. It will become passing object by reference. And then you can write the difference between the passing by object and passing object by value and passing object by reference. Thank you for watching my video on objects as argument to member function.